What's up, DS3 TV? We are back for another video. This one is Miscellaneous Myths. And since, the last video was Aztec related, it was indigenous people related. Um, we're looking at, more indigenous things like miscellaneous myths. And this one's, another video. And this one is going to be about a myth from the Aztec culture. Excuse me. And so this would be pretty interesting. I'm not going to say the name because I know I'm going to mess it up because I don't know what it says. But, subscribe to the channel. Also, comment down below what videos you want me to react to. Also, look at my Q&A if you haven't already, because it should be out about this time this week. Talk to you. I say talk to you guys, but and also follow me on Twitch. Link is in the description, and then you click the heart to follow me, so that way you can see me on Twitch and stuff like that. Also, the reason why I haven't been making videos or streaming that much recently is because I'm trying to get stuff figured out with my PC because it is not working. The power supply crapped on me, so I can't use it right now. I have to send it back to the company. But I'm probably gonna be streaming over there like once or twice a week. Nothing too crazy right now since I don't have the PC. But so let's get into it, and let's learn a little bit about this myth.
Aztec mythology has a bit of a rep these days. People only really know it for the blood sacrifices and the unpronounceable proper nouns, a reputation only mostly deserved. Aztec mythology wasn't exactly monochrome, but it is hard to ignore the fact that every god, festival, and ritual the Aztecs honored had a tendency to result in at least one government-mandated death, usually several. Now, what was up with that? Well, the thing about that is, the main god the Aztecs honored was Huitzilopochtli, a sun god who represented war and human sacrifice as well as being the patron of Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztec Empire. He was basically the biggest deal. Now, the interesting thing here is the primary focus of the Aztec Empire at this point was keeping Huitzilopochtli alive. So, for a little background, Huitzilopochtli's mother was Coatlicue, the Earth Mother, who, contrary to the common view of Mother Nature, was characterized as an insatiable monster that consumed everything that lived. I guess the giving life thing was much less important than the taking it away one, which is, to be fair, a reasonable interpretation of Mother Earth. Anyway, Coatlicue had 400 sons and one daughter, whose name is Coilxauhqui, and then one day, after being magically impregnated by a ball of feathers, don't ask, she gave birth to Quetzalcoatl and Xolotl. Quetzalcoatl is characterized as the god of wind, the dawn, the planet Venus, arts and crafts, wisdom, and knowledge. All good things. Meanwhile, Xolotl is the eyeless god of the sunset, dogs, lightning, heavenly fire, and—
That is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen, and it's supposed to it's an eyeless dog. That's actually pretty terrifying.
death, charged with defending the sun as it travels through the underworld every night. Charming. So Coatlicue's 401 other children take offense to these new gods and immediately cut off Coatlicue's head. Not to worry though, as it immediately regrows in the form of two huge snakes. Pro tip, if you're out of ideas for the cover of your new metal album, any one of these Aztec gods will function quite nicely.
Honestly, if you look at any of these Aztec gods, they will literally, they could fit in a scary movie if you ever wanted them to be in them. You can't tell me any of these wouldn't work for you.
This is when Huitzilopochtli enters both the scene and the world at large by exiting Coatlicue and murders his sister, whose severed head becomes the moon. He also kills several of his less important brothers. However, this didn't actually finish the fight, since his murdered siblings now just want him dead more. So the sun is constantly at risk of being devoured by the darkness, and basically, Huitzilopochtli is constantly fighting off Coilxauhqui and her 400 brothers, aka the moon and the stars. And of course, if he ever weakens, they'll defeat him, then descend upon Coatlicue and murder her for realsies, destroying the world in the process. And how does Huitzilopochtli keep up his strength, you might ask? Blood. And lots of it. And that's the core of Aztec mythology, folks. Their paragon sun god is fueled by blood sacrifices to keep the night sky from eating the earth. But don't worry, there is a ray of—
So I wonder how did they I wonder how did they deal with eclipses? How did they explain that? Is that the one that they actually gets pretty close or whatever? How do you explain that one? I'm guessing.
sunshine and all this. If you're an Aztec warrior and you end up dead, you get to turn into a hummingbird. Aw, that's—
Well, I'm not guessing. I'm wondering, but that's that's not even slightly reassuring. You just turn into a hummingbird after you die. That's not slightly reassuring at all. But after dying in war. But all right.
Cute. He's a cute little guy. I got sunshine on a cloud.
The Aztec mythology also held that they were living in the fifth world, an idea mirrored by Navajo beliefs, which stated that they were living in the fourth world. Okay, so that is very crazy. Okay, so they had to have like mixed and mingle with each other, I'm guessing, because they should know. Like, if they're the fifth, then why would they be the fifth if the Navajo are the fourth? Like, yeah, so it has to be something like that, I'm guessing. Maybe they knew each other.
Cloudy day.
In the Aztec, take on things, the previous world had flooded. The world before had burned to the ground. The world before that was shredded by hurricanes, and the original world was full of hungry jaguars. That is an interesting look at how the past was before you got there.
And when it's cold outside, I've got the month of May.
It wasn't the most hospitable of belief systems. Then again, geographically speaking, it wasn't the most hospitable of places either.
Hey, oh, I guess you'd say.
You should read some stuff the conquistadors wrote about it. Only if you have a taste for biased accounts and terrible ethnographic procedure, though. Yeah, they did not really realize a lot of stuff about like the people that were there. They didn't care. They just really wanted gold. So they just see all of them as savages, even though they were pretty much the same as them, basically.
What can make me feel this way?
My favorite thing about Huitzilopochtli is that in her big statue, her face is made of the two snake faces pressed together. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy.
It's my girl talking.
I actually like how she's actually covering My Girl Battle of the Temptations. That's pretty good. Each half of her mouth is a snake mouth. Each eye is set on its own snake head. Like, how do you come up with a design like that? Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. Alright. But yeah, I always love Red singing at the end.
My girl.
Well, that was a really interesting and like pretty good video. Yeah, so talk to you guys in the next video. Also subscribe to the channel. I want to get 10,000 subscribers by my birthday next year, September 13th. So yeah, talk to you guys in the next video. Follow my Twitch, link in the description, and click the heart so that we can get all the notifications and stuff. And yeah, also comment down videos that you want me to react to in the comment section down below. And yeah, peace.